Okay, there is no good view of me. Um, anyway, good morning. Thank you, Ari, for trying to lead. Uh, good morning. Mincha today will be at 4:35. Tomorrow morning we're davening at 6:15. Now for a quick Devar Torah. At least you can get something out of this. This week's parsha, of course, is when the Makot begin, the plagues. A lot of people think that the plagues were a lesson to Egypt. The Egyptians picked up pretty quickly that they were in trouble when the plagues began. The plagues were also a lesson for the Jews. This is God. This is what's going to happen to somebody who violates the Torah. This is, God is sending a message also to the Jews. Just because I'm taking care of you, doesn't mean that you have carte blanche to do whatever you want. There's a standard, and the Egyptians violated that standard, and this is what's going to happen to them. You're not above it either. It begins, by the way, with Pharaoh being taken down tremendously by the first plague. Because what happened was Moshe met Pharaoh early in the morning. What's the importance of that? Pharaoh was considered by the Egyptians to be a god and did not have any bodily functions. It was early in the morning when he took care of his bodily functions that all humans have. Moshe intruding on this space was telling Pharaoh, you're not a god. You're human just as I am. And therefore, you have to, so it's like taking Pharaoh down. And this river, the Nile, which is the lifeblood of Egypt, is going to be totally unusable. Uh, and Pharaoh had his magicians, and they also created blood in the water. So saying, oh, that's a nice trick, but we can do that. But the whole point of this is Pharaoh is, remember, God says to Moshe, I will judge the gods of Egypt, including Pharaoh, and they will be wanting. So God is actually making a statement to Pharaoh. You're not a god, I'm God, you are human. And if you think that you're so great, you're going to get a lesson. But also for the Jews, don't elevate a human among others. In the mitzvah of to appoint a king, it says that you'll appoint a king from among your brethren, meaning he's not really better than you. He's one of you. There's God and then there's the king. The king is just as human as you are. And that's probably one of the most important lessons that we have of this plague that Moshe goes when Pharaoh is taking care of his bodily needs, saying, hey, you're human. And don't think that because you're the king that you are above everybody else. And something to think about.